So when we look at the Penrose triangle, processing begins in the primary visual cortex, V1, and from there the visual signal is split and goes between the dorsal stream, the where pathway, and the ventral stream, the what pathway. And as the brain processes the information like a solid triangle, it sends the signal up through the higher levels of the ventral stream that is refining the shape piece by piece until it gets to the temporal cortex, inferior temporal cortex, the IT, and it's here at the higher level of the stream that things like faces and complete images are recognized. And, and when the neural information from the Penrose triangle is examined by the ventral stream, it makes the initial declaration and says, I recognize this as a triangle. And the image is recognized as a solid triangle and not a bunch of separate parts. And that's what the stream decides. It's not voting, it's saying that's what it is. It's making a declaration. And it's based on a lifetime of prior knowledge that it creates the illusion that this impossible object is a triangle. And that's because the brain is hardwired to see a solid object. And once that declaration is made, the brain goes on to do feed-forward processing, which sends the neural signal further up to the frontal lobe so the information can be scrutinized, and it's there where the myth is dispelled. And it is examined by the frontal lobe, and logic says, wait, this is impossible. This shape cannot exist in 3D reality space. And it triggers a whole feedback loop, and the higher brain sends the neural signal back down and says, no, that's not how things are working. We know what's going on here. And this is an illusion, and you're persisting with it, but the ventral stream isn't having any of it. And it's saying, yeah, it's just a triangle. And there's a back and forth tug of war going on. But the logic knows the truth. And your perception stays locked on the lie. And the initial decision from the inferior temporal cortex is so loud that it drowns out the logic. So the crux of the matter is the brain actually chooses to see the impossibility of the object because you're looking at it from an accidental viewpoint that fits the priors that you have stored. And at this moment, that's when the brain prioritizes the global figure of the triangle over the details of local parts that would tell it that it's not a triangle. Even though the object is physically impossible, the brain ignores that fact. And when you trace one corner to the other and it doesn't add up, it doesn't care. So the strength of the priors is what allows the brain to ignore the gap or the twist in the triangle and accept the reality that it's a holistic object every time. And by prioritizing the global features over the local features and persisting in doing so is what makes the illusion possible. So, and that's mandatory, meaning it happens first, and you can't override it. It's always there. There's like a tug of war going on. So, you want to see the illusion, and the Penrose triangle is an impossible object that is possible as a wonderful illusion. Okay, thank you.